So in this problem we have x squared plus 8x plus 6, which means that a is 1, b is 8, c is 6. All we have to do is plug them into this formula. So let's write that down. A is 1, b is 8, c is 6. It's very important that we make sure this does equal 0, and it already does. Make sure you're following that these are all positive, positive 1, positive 8, positive 6. And all we have to do is plug these things in where they go. So x equals, we have negative b. Well, b was 8, so negative b would be negative 8. b squared, 8 squared would be what? 64. And it says minus 4ac, so 4a is 1, c is 6, all over 2a, and a is 1. I know it seems pointless to write this all out to some of you because you could do this math in your head, at least each part of this. But people make a lot of mistakes here if they don't write things down. There's a lot of little parts to this, and it is really helpful to actually write them down before you begin. Even on the bottom here. I know this seems really, really trivial. 2 times 1. Do we really have to write that? Yeah, I really want you to write that. I've had people in the past who, for some reason, because they do this in their head, they just always think that it's 2. What if a was 4? Shouldn't it be an 8 down here? And people forget that because they don't write it out. So please do write it out. So let's go ahead and simplify. We still have the negative 8. We still have the 64. This is negative 4 times 1. What's negative 4 times 1? Negative 4. And then times 6. So negative 24, so we'll write minus 24. On the bottom, 2 times 1 is 2. So let's do that subtraction. So negative 8 plus or minus the square root. 64 minus 24 is 40. This is still all over 2. We now stop and ask ourselves, does 40 have a whole number square root?
Yes.
No. Some say yes, some say no. Stop and think about it.
No. Yes.
That would be no. 40 does not have a whole number square root. We have 36 has a square root. Then we have 49 as a square root, but nothing in the middle. So we're going to stop right there and say that's it. Final answer, it doesn't have a square root, so we're going to leave it how it is.